The holodeck might be one of Starfleet's greatest inventions. It can simulate battlefields, beach resorts, Sherlock Holmes mysteries.
We shall return to the holodeck, where I shall dare it to defeat me.
Most of the time, it's harmless fun. But sometimes the holodeck becomes something more. Today we're looking at 5 times the holodeck stopped being a stress reliever and started raising some serious questions. Let's rank 5 holodeck scenarios with undeniably questionable intentions.
Author.
The holodeck has the unique ability to fully immerse you into new worlds and experiences. A medium Voyager's doctor takes to heart in the episode Author. The EMH creates a holonovel inspired by his life aboard Voyager, featuring a knockoff version of the ship and crew who treat the Doctor like property rather than a life form. Even the Doctor acknowledges that he's taken creative liberties, but does he have the right to cast his crewmates in such a harsh light? By dramatizing his lived experience, the Doctor presents a version of events that feels accusatory, perhaps more so than his crewmates believe they deserve. That tension is what makes this particular holodeck scenario complicated. Is this artistic expression, or a blurring of the lines between personal perspective and public indictment? We rank this one as Ensign. Not clearly unethical, but certainly worthy of a debate.
Fair Haven.
The holodeck has long been a refuge for overworked crew members, and in Fairhaven, Tom Paris builds an idyllic Irish village that offers everyone a port in the Delta Quadrant storm, even Janeway. What begins as a casual escape becomes more personal when Janeway takes an interest in one of the townspeople, Michael Sullivan.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Sullivan.
When his backstory proves a little inconvenient, including the small detail of a wife, Janeway edits the program. Heights are adjusted, personality traits are refined, the wife is deleted.
Delete the wife.
Wait, what? Okay, sure, he's a program, and on the surface, it's not really much different than tweaking your character in a video game.
We both know where your heart truly lies.
Janeway knows that she's working with code, not a living being, but when a hologram is designed to grow, to respond, to feel increasingly real, and when she begins to develop genuine feelings for him in return, rewriting him takes on a whole new meaning. Is this harmless escapism, or does reshaping someone to fit your desires cross a line? We rank this one as Lieutenant. Even a holodeck romance can get complicated.
Holo Pursuits.
For Starfleet's most awkward officer, the holodeck isn't just escapism, it's refuge. In Holo Pursuits, Reg Barclay creates fantasy versions of the Enterprise crew. In his programs, he's confident, charming, heroic even. His commanding officers are exaggerated caricatures. His anxieties are rewritten. On the surface, it's uncomfortable. He's recreating colleagues without their knowledge and placing them into scenarios that reflect his frustrations and insecurities. You could look at it 2 ways. Barclay is working through real shortcomings and social awkwardness in a safe environment, something Nathan Fielder might appreciate. Or it's just creepy, also something Nathan might appreciate. And while it's not comparable to that episode of Black Mirror, it does ask the question, is it inappropriate to simulate your coworkers just to work through your shortcomings? Maybe. Or is it simply a maladaptive coping mechanism inside a machine designed for simulation? We rank this one as Lieutenant Commander. If my crewmates found out I made a program like this, I'd die from embarrassment.
Crisis Point.
In the incredibly fun Star Trek Lower Decks episode Crisis Point, we learned that using personal logs and available personnel data, Boimler has constructed a pixel-perfect holodeck simulation of the Cerritos crew. Kind of like Barclay. Mariner quickly commandeers the program and transforms it into a high-stakes blockbuster-style adventure. Not only does this become a loving lampoon of Star Trek movies, but beneath the explosions and one-liners, it turns into a playground for Mariner to work through her unresolved issues with her mother, Captain Freeman. It's a poignant episode for Mariner. She literally fights herself.
Boimler, you simulated me in here too? Not cool, man. I got private stuff in those logs.
But when the dust settles, Boimler uncovers the secret that she's tried so hard to conceal, that she's the captain's daughter.
Captain Freeman is your mom.
Now, dramatically, that's delicious irony. But should that revelation come through a holodeck simulation built from official records? Why does a similarly ranked officer have access to comprehensive personnel files? And when personal logs become playable characters, where exactly is the boundary between a training tool and a privacy breach? And that tension earns this program the rank of captain. Entertaining? Yes. Privacy nightmare? Probably. Before we go on to our final ranking, do us a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, ring that bell if you want to see more. This isn't a simulation. We need your support.
Booby Trap and Galaxy's Child.
In Star Trek The Next Generation's Booby Trap, Geordi LaForge recreates Dr. Leah Brahms to help him solve an engineering crisis. At first, it's purely professional, a simulation of the warp engine's designer to better understand her work. But as the program evolves, and as Geordi spends more time working closely with this version of Leah, his feelings evolve too. But the digital debris really hits the nacelle in the episode Galaxy's Child, when the real Dr. Brahms boards the Enterprise. Geordi is inappropriately disappointed when she doesn't behave the way he's come to expect based on the program, and he treats her terribly because of it. Author and creator Jason K. Pargin sums up the ethical implications far better than I can. Take a moment, watch his breakdown, link is in the bio, but suffice it to say, the holodeck didn't just simulate a colleague. It allowed Geordi to build expectations around a version of her that she never consented to. And when those expectations collided with reality, Geordi crosses a line. As Pargin rightly points out, the writers compound the issue when Leah is made to apologize for being upset after discovering the program, like she's the one who did something wrong. What began as a questionable holodeck experiment becomes something far more troubling, an ethical nightmare that lands on the wrong side of history, earning this one the rank of Admiral. There you have it. 5 times the holodeck became something a little more complicated than just a fun escape from the stressors of space. Did we miss a questionable holodeck escapade? Let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for joining us. Until next time, computer and program.